Good morning, and welcome back to the Aegis squad reviews for the round of 16. We're going to be fighting Inaeda, where we just last left off. I have beaten both a branch of Turtwigs and Blueguard, and now we're fighting Inaeda, who has a counter lineup to me. Inaeda is running triple anti-Demacia, and I'm running double Demacia and red Gwen. I shouldn't win this matchup. This matchup shouldn't necessarily be won by me. I'm supposed to lose and then anyone's supposed to go in. By supposed to, I mean, like, this is our strategy going into this, right? Like, I'm bringing my Demacia stuff to beat on the, like, greedy decks that, like, Blue God ran, for example. And then Fake and Annie are trying to bring, like, anti-Demacia stuff to beat, like, Inaeda's lineup. Like, that was the idea going into this, right? So I'm not supposed to be particularly favored here by any stretch of the imagination. Like, they're running, like, unforgiving cold decks, right? Like, I'm not supposed to be winning here an iota. I never practiced against Inaeda because, again, this wasn't my function in the team, right? Like, I'm not doing a best of 3 to try and win for myself. I'm trying to do the best of 5 to try and win for, like, the team. And so I don't care if I win here. This genuinely doesn't matter to me because any Mo's win is supposed to be what goes through. Obviously, I try my hardest because if I somehow manage to eke out a win through triple unforgiving cold, then fantastic. But I'm not supposed to. It doesn't matter. But, you know, watch it anyway. I find it funny that at the start of this video I'm telling you, hey, I don't care. This matchup sucks. Don't watch this. But, yeah. So I've never done this at all. I've literally just not looked at their deck. Let's talk about the ban strategy. They've got 3 anti-Demacia decks. Why are they anti-Demacia? Leona absolutely fucks up Demacia. Barrier Challenger, like, Lee Sin's already hard enough to deal with, but this is like tempo board-based, tempo's the wrong word, like board-based anti-Demacia, and it's just like impossible to deal with. They play Sun Guardian, and it's just way too large. They play Leona, it's way too large. They play Ravune, it's way too large. They stun me. I can't ever develop because they stun me. And I can't block favorably because their units are so large, and I can't use the quick attack keyword on defense. It doesn't work. This deck is anti-Demacia because it's running Unforgiving Cold ×3, which just freezes me out. They trade into my stuff. I lose. And this is anti-Demacia because it's, like, so much larger than all of my decks that if I try to attack them, their, like, 11/11 Fated just kills me, especially with the Yuumi. Like, it's very anti-Demacia, like, excessively so. And so they just banned Red Gwen and fight my Demacias. I do find it funny that both my last enemies also banned Red Gwen, and now Inaeda's just about to ban Red Gwen as well. But yeah, we got the Vein Cannon and Sivir Akshan. And, like, what to ban? I don't know what to be playing around and stuff. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. I expect to lose. Like, their whole deck is built around, like, Unforgiving Cold being the strongest card in the game. Like, all of their decks are built around that. Or, like, you know, Pantheon. Okay, so Akshan Vein. Akshan Varus. What's in their deck? They've got 3 Unforgiving Cold. So I will lose. They've got 3 Unforgiving Cold. Is this good? This does, like, trade into Akshan and a few other things. So I did this mulligan. I'll go back a little bit just to show you what it was. This trades into Akshan, which is why I've decided to keep it. Absolver is a late game combo piece that doesn't actually interact with it very much this early on, especially since all I want is units and tempo. Bloodletters is interesting, and Xolaani is cool, but without, like, a Treasure Seeker or a 3/3 a Vagabond or an Akshan, Bloodletters loses value and could be mulligan to try and access those cards. Same with Sivir. Like, all of these cards are a bit more powerful in trying to be, like, a bit aggressive and mid-rangey. And Shapestone is okay, but I've got so many other buffs in the deck, and, like, and just redraw Shapestone. Wherein I'd rather get my Akshan or my Treasure Seeker or my Broccoli or my Vagabond. They've got 3 Unforgiving Cold. Is this good? And I keep pressing the 3 Unforgiving Cold because not only is their deck, like, equally mid-rangey, like, they've got the Desert Jewels for my single combats, they've got the Furious Wielders and all this stuff. Like, ignore that it's Cultist region and just imagine that, like, Desert Jewel is single combat, Furious Wielder is Concerted Strike, and then it's like a mirror match, except they're the one running Harsh Winds. The Unforgiving Cold, right? Like, they're going to be winning. Into Akshan and a few other things. We've got Shadowblade Fanatic, they've got Swinging Glare, which I don't think is a good... This This mulligan may be one of my best mulligans. I can get 1, 2, and 3 and like start tempoing them out. Not tempo, aggroing them out. Like I've got the good curve. Like it's pretty good for me. They've got Desert Jewel. Yeah, I'm not winning. I will say they're on 3 Swinging Glaive, which I think is. I really wish Swinging Glaive was good, but I just don't think it is. I very rarely have these like absurd takes. Like I don't think this card is good. I don't think this deck is good. In the recent weeks, I think that's improved a little bit, or increased rather, the amount that I've had these opinions. But Swinging Glaive, it's so hard to justify, in my opinion. Because it's the same issue with like Glimpse Beyond, where you want to do it in reaction to things, but instead you're pre-committing it. And so you're pre-committing 3 mana onto something that I want to just kill even more, and then you've wasted 3 mana. Or what's even worse is that I don't actually need to kill it half of the time, and so you've spent 3 extra mana on a unit, and I don't care. It should be too difficult for me. Do I need to do this? I can probably just like pass. I'm going to be looking at their deck a lot, because I'm not kidding when I say I really have not just... Why do I pass here? I think like a top deck... what's it called? Bloodletters would mean... Like if they develop Akshan, I play Broadwing. Maybe they don't attack with the 2-1 so that I don't get a favorable trade. And then if I top deck like a Bloodletters in like 2 turns, then like this gets more value. I don't really know. Maybe attacking is fine. It's just like attacking doesn't actually accomplish anything for me. Unlike other decks where I'm preventing them from getting something by attacking, and against this deck, I'm not. So I can just like, I can let it go. If they had Joraal, maybe I should have attacked. But if they have Joraal, I'm like able to develop the Broadwing into this thing and start going wide. I don't know. Attacking is probably actually correct because I think they're on Joraal. From memory, they're on Joraal, so I think I should attack. But I think it's also like much ado about nothing. I genuinely just don't know what's... So they're probably going to play Vagabond here? If they're playing Vagabond, by the way, I think I should have opened. Like, get my 3 damage in, because if they play Vagabond, it'll, like, they can play Shape Zone or Momentous and do, like, positive trade. That's my expectation. If they play Merciless, I'm okay. If they play Shadowblade Fanatic, I think I'm okay. I will do this. If they've got Momentous, it's unpropped. So we're like getting a good Momentous timing. Yeah, so my thinking here was that I want their Momentous to come out before they've procced it. I know I lose a unit here, but I really need to like find these like minor points of like outvaluing them as best as I can, considering they're going to get like a massive value point at some point with their Unforgiving Cold. And I thought that like I'd rather get the Momentous out. Am I correct in this? I don't know. My other thing is like Broadwing doesn't hit anything. Like if they've not played Akshan, Broadwing hits nothing anymore. Broadwing doesn't do anything if they don't have Akshan anymore. Like Broadwing doesn't trade into anything positively. I'm not really pulling much to the side, I don't think. Like, I'm fine with letting Broadwing die. And if I'm getting a Momentous choice out early so that it's not trading into like a Sivir later on, I'm feeling pretty happy. Okay. Fine. Sort of half expected. They might equip Swinging Glaive on it, and then I should be like fearful. Like, because now it's some sort of like big unit until I play Merciless and kill it. Okay. Yeah. I presume they're going to play Swinging Glaive or Varus or something. Unforgiving Cold is incredibly scary. And I've got 2 Rite of Negations. Like, I'm going to really struggle trading into this guy. But I was right, they play Swinging Glaive. So I'm going to play Merciless sometime. I can't let them hit me, they can get their thing. I can even play these like ephemerals. I don't know. I've got to smoke them down and make it so that they can't justify doing a lot of the stuff they want to justify. Like the Unforgiving Cards and stuff. My way of winning is probably through Ruin Runner stuff. Enjoy. I'm not blocking any of these. I'll take them out. Let's talk about this turn. Why did I take this damage? I don't care. Right? Like, I don't care if I go down to like 6 HP, maybe, before I need to worry about like Varus Overwhelm and like just Varus overwhelm. And they spent a mana to do 4 damage. I struggle to think that's important when I have like still got my units on the board and I can trade into them. If they don't get +0/+2, I can like do some really positive trades into them, and I feel great. And you don't need to block ephemerals until you do, basically. And since I'm a mid-range deck and I need to care about the board, I'm not going to block ephemerals until like way later into the game. So I'm just fine taking the damage here. Yeah. Think of ephemeral as like quick attack, but it dies. Right, like you don't need to block quick attack until you need to. You don't need to block ephemeral until you need to. And so why block a quick attack unit, right? It's not necessary. If they get plus HP, that's probably the best thing they can get. Because it means I'd have to like pre-commit, yeah, that's by far the best thing they can get. It means I'm going to try and get with Merciless sometime. That's by far the best thing they can get, right? Like this, +0/+2. Because it means I can't play Akshan and trade into it. It means that even if I do this into this, if they've got like momentous Shapestone, this trade won't go through, but that's all that matters. Never mind, I'm dragging with Sivir. They can play double momentous. I'm not playing around double. Like that's a triple momentous, or it'd be momentous Shapestone as well. I'm not able to play around that. That's not in the cards. Alternatively, I can play like Waking Sands, make sure this unit stays around. Hey, the Waking Sands actually is pretty good here. I don't hate Waking Sands at all. Yeah. Open is better. I can't kid myself. Opening is better. It lets me hold up stuff. If they've got double momentous, or like the third momentous, that's fine. Yeah. They might do something like an Akshan plus a thing. If they ever develop this, I'm probably just playing Aegis. Yeah. I feel like I'm not explaining enough. But I don't know if I'm over explaining things or not. If you've got opinions, tell me. I do the full swing. If I trade into their land units with my land units, I'm pretty okay with that. Physical. I normally use the word physical. I don't know why I'm using a magic term. I've never really played magic. They're putting vulnerable on Sivir is really good for me because I've got rally in hand. And so if they want to like try and kill Sivir, I can just rally and then like put them in like a bind, basically. Like they can Rite of Negation, they're on 2 Rite of Negation. But it's basically an even trade. And I still get to develop like Akshan in that case. I really wish I knew what Annie and Fake were thinking at this moment. I really wish Annie and Fake recorded it, and I might ask Fake to record next time because I really want to hear their thoughts about if they thought my rallies and stuff were correct. Because I want to hear how they think this matchup goes and if they agree with me or not. Because they've often got different opinions about Sivir Akshan, I think. Or they often question my play, basically. This is really good. I can afford Aegis plus Akshan plus Shapestone. You know, they should be able to slow me down enough with their unforgiving points in that animations. Cannot hear what I just said. I don't know what I just said. Something about unforgiving cold for like the 10th time. I don't know. Like I'm threatening a lot. Shadowblade Fanatic. I think I literally just play this thing. I start smacking him even more. Spidz, why don't you just play a Shapestone? I don't want to lose to Momentous or Shapestone, like their Shapestone. When I can just rally. If they Rite of Negation, then I'll just do the Shapestone play, and if that happens, big one. I could do Concerted Strike. I think Rally is better than Concerted Strike, because I'd rather they deny Rally than Concerted Strike. Because Concerted Strike is a better way of dealing with Varus than Rally is, basically. And I've got 2 Rallies and then I've got 1 Concerted Strike in hand. They play Rite of Negation. If they try and kill it, I play Shapestone. I'm forcing them to have things. And like, if this goes through and I attack them, I'm dealing 5. If then I attack them again, I'm dealing 10. Like, they're gonna have to start blocking me, which is a great position for me to be in, right? And I'm also developing Akshan here. Making like Unforgiving Gold, right? That's like their upper play because it'll double hit the Sivir. They have a lot of ephemerals, so these rallies are a little awkward, right? Like, what are these rallies actually doing for me? But yeah, I mean, I'll swing in here. Deal 5, level up the Sivir a little. I'm not entirely sure why I'm not swinging with Akshan. I think I'm playing around something. It might be Desert Jewel. But I don't know why I'm not swinging with Akshan. Why I'm not developing Akshan. I don't think there's anything I'm really scared of besides like Desert Jewel. Am I wanting to represent more things? I think what I'm doing is trying to make it so that they can't attack my Sivir with the Shadow Fiend. I attack, they Unforgiving Cold and Momentous, and I lose my Sivir? I guess? I think I'm supposed to develop Akshan and just, even if I don't attack with Akshan, just to like cast priority. I don't know. Maybe this is fine. I think this attack is decent. Like, I don't hate it at all. Like, I'm forcing them to block with the ephemeral or take 5. I think this attack's like perfectly fine. I just don't know why I didn't play Akshan and like attack with it. It's all fine by me. But because I haven't scrimmed these matchups, I'm not so certain as to what I should be doing. Basically, every other matchup I've scrimmed, I don't know what I'm doing this matchup. Are they threatening a lot or something? No. Okay. So that damage surprised me. You can hear my surprised noises. They wanted to get Xolaani out, which I think is fine. Enjoy Xolaani. I'm open attacking, so I don't really care. And if they spend 6 mana on Xolaani, I've got Concerted Strike. Like, I still don't care. Or I can rally. I still don't care. Like, Xolaani, I am so happy to see that they're subscribing themselves to Xolaani and took 5 damage because of it. They want the Xolaani. Pretty sure I'm open attacking. And then I'm rallying, and if they play Xolaani, that's too big of a unit. By big, I mean inside. In mana cost, not in, like, stat size. Okay. And I've also got, like, Concerted Strike. Like, if they have liners like Xolaani stuff. What's Varus? I think the reason I didn't develop Akshan is because I think they block with the Shadow Fiend, and then I'm forcing myself to pre-commit Shapestone in a matchup where I don't think I want to do that necessarily. And then they can just play Unforgiving Cold and kill Akshan. I think not attacking with Akshan was great. I think I can be defensive with it. They didn't get Akshan this game, or Vagabond, I should mention it. Like, if I'm doing well, I think it's more that they didn't draw that right out of their deck. Okay, so what, they're pulling it with this thing? Okay. I'm currently pushing like a fork ton of damage on my open. Hell, honestly, I might just be developing Waking Stance. If there's Xolaani, I can serve it. Next turn. Like, they're doing this pull, they're attacking with this. Okay. Mercy. I'm gonna let me see the board for a second. So I don't know why they didn't attack. I presume they don't want me to level Sivir. But I don't know why they didn't attack. I'm missing something. Sivir has a vulnerable. They pull it with the Shadow Fiend. They attack with the other guy. I either take 5, which I'd end up doing, or and they get the fucking Lucky Find. I don't know why they didn't attack. I don't know what happened with Inaeda. I don't know if there's something I'm missing. I just don't get it. I genuinely just don't comprehend. My thinking here is that I might develop the 5-2. If they play Xolaani, I just consider strike and like I'm wide. I'm very wide, basically. Like they're doing this pull, they're attacking with this. I'll get back to where we were up to. Okay. Yeah, okay. I decided to play Merciless Hunter. Because Merciless Hunter is better than the thing, and I can still afford Merciless. Oh, I am disgusting. I am really disgusting. I feel bad for Inaeda. I top decked the Sivir, I top decked the Merciless. I feel really bad. This is... This is not what anyone wants to fight anytime, ever. If they play Xolaani, I play Concerted. I struggle to see how they win. They can develop the 5-2 if they don't want to develop Concerted, but at that point I do like rally stuff and it's just like also lethal. It really feels like bullying. I feel awful. Basically, I just feel bad. Yep, this I think is their best play. I attack him. I do a little bit of smacking. I think I do this. This is wrong. And I'm very stupid. And I don't know why people think I'm good at Sivir Akshan, when every single game I've played with Sivir Akshan I've done an ordering thing. I don't know why I'm letting my units die. I don't know why I'm not putting Sivir first and giving quick attack to everything afterwards. For some reason I thought I wanted an extra strength to kill the guy. I don't need to. I'm okay. I'm pretty sure. So I don't really Alternatively, I can try and hit with Sivir. Like, getting an extra strength does mean that I'm beating Momentous Choice without having to commit the Shapestone. But if my hand is something like a rally, I don't know why I'm letting my my Merciless Hunter just die to the Waking Sands man. Like, I can pull it into this, but I don't think it's better than a lot of my other players. Like, I can do this if I really want, and like move stuff around. Like, put Sivir first, put this here. Yeah, that sounds great, Spidz. Do that in... This is the Unforgiving Cold. I should be wary of Unforgiving Cold, actually, because I think that's definitely within their own. If they Unforgiving Cold, I want to be making sure I'm Concerted Striking afterwards. Okay. I think I do this. I think if they... This is wrong. I should just put... at the very least, Sivir should probably be first. Or at the very least, this guy should go here, because I'm pretty sure she's like 5 away from flipping. So, like, it could be this, if we really want to, like, allow Thingo not to be true. But instead, I just do it like this, and I don't really know why. I'm thinking about Unforgiving Cold here. Unforgiving Cold will double hit Sivir. And so if that happens, I want to do Concerted to kill the Shadowblade Fanatic. I know it sounds weird to do it like that. But, you know, if they play Xolaani next turn, I can rally. If they play Varus, I'm pretty sure I can rally. Like, they don't really have open attacks they can do that are very efficient, besides, like, maybe equipping the Bloodletters onto the Dark Enthrall, but then I will just play a Shapestone as a blocker. They have to play something else. It becomes a mess, and at that point I've also got the Akshan landmark flipping. I don't know. I feel pretty happy about my situation. Unforgiving Cold is something I'm still pretty scared of. Like, I still don't think I'm winning this game at this moment. I still think that they're going to have double Unforgiving Cold and a Varus, and I'm just going to be OTK'd, frozen, get burned. Unforgiving Cold, I'm Concerted Striking. I don't know why I did this with that Sivir, though. This just looks wrong. Like, Sivir really should be first here, every time. Why didn't I put Sivir first? I'll never know. I don't know why I didn't put Sivir first. Something went wrong in my brain. My bad. But Sivir should have been first. Yeah. Ah, when you guys go watch Blue God stream to support his channel, I wonder what they said about my facepalm emojis. Oh, I should have mentioned about Blue God stream. They use he him for me a lot of the time. When it should be she her. I know my voice is like a little weird sometimes, but yeah. That's a bit sad to me. But I know sometimes it happens. Like everyone that plays LOR refers to the enemy gamer as a he, like all the time. I try my best to avoid it, especially when I know someone's not a guy. But I thought I'd mention. Sivir isn't first, but what I do know is that I'm probably winning. If they play Xolaani, I've got lethal. Akshan. I think I rally anyway. It's an inordinate amount of damage. It's like so much. Like they have to ride of negate this. Yep, okay. Don't know why I didn't put it first. I'm a little bit lost. That was stupid. I don't know why I didn't put it first. They're not. These games aren't particularly clean, like at all. I feel like I've really done nothing but misplay. You have done nothing but misplay, Spidz. Yep, it's true. You haven't. I guess it's still like learning, right? Like if I'm thinking about like the secondary purpose of these games is like the recording, right? Like the first purpose of this game is just to play the game and enjoy it. The secondary purpose is to present it. And at least from a presentation perspective, I can at least still talk about the plays that I should have done, even if they're misplays. It's a little bit awkward. It's like I want to also be presenting the right plays and showing why they're right in like a visual, like see how this game occurred and how it benefited because of the play that I made. But you never know. Okay, so we won. We shouldn't have, but we did. They didn't draw any Unforgiving Cold. They drew their Akshan in their final turn. They maybe didn't draw a Varus. They had to play Swinging Glaive, but it was in their deck, so that maybe slightly is their fault. Just overall, like, not a fun time for them. I can advertise myself as 12-1 in Aegis if I win this, but I shouldn't be winning this. Yeah. A Vayne King. Now this should be even worse. I shouldn't be winning this. They also didn't draw a single Unforgiving Cold that whole game, I don't think. It's just, like, super unfortunate. I don't think I'm gonna pull this. I think I do. Okay, let's talk about this mulligan. I want Kayn. Not really. Like, Kayn can be fine, and it forces them to sort of Unforgiving or do something to Kayn. I think I just want early units to apply pressure, sort of like what I did last game, where I had that amazing curve. Like, I did curve them out, and they didn't have anything. Like, I did do the drawing and the dipping. But I think I just want Forsaken Pakai. I want, like, the Badger Bear, Vayne. And I want, like, the 2/2, and I just want to, like, try and, like, curve them out and hopefully just, like, do a similar thing where they don't draw well and I do draw well, but it shouldn't. It's not unlikely, right? Perfect. Getting Vayne is really good here, unless they get, like, the frag spells like Desert Jewel and, they're on Grappling Hook? Desert Jewel and Furious Spell. There's the... I think it's the Cultist. I think I just want to start turboing into King. Like, I want to draw my King pretty badly. And this will proc with Combat Hook at some point. Forsaken Pakai. I probably want to do this trade. I don't want them to put Xolaani on Forsaken Pakai. So, this is what I should have done last time. They must not be running... Like, I guess they're running Xolaani. Did I say last time they're running Joraal? Am I just dumb? I think I just think Varus is Demacia. I said this against, like, with Fake as well. I was like, oh, is Fake running Joraal in his Pantheon Varus deck? I think I just think that Varus is Demacia. So last time when we had this exact same situation, I should have attacked if they were running Xolaani. Because that's the logic I use for this game, right? I don't want them to get a free Xolaani trigger. So I think I should have attacked last game with the Treasure Seekers. So I'll do this trade. Like if they put Xolaani on Forsaken Pakai, they're getting a Dark Control for free. Well, for 1 mana, but for free. And that's just not something I really want to do with it. Oh my god, it's Forsaken Bouquet. Play this thing. I will block. I don't need to take 2 damage for no reason. I don't play Momentous here because I don't really respect this 2-2 more than I respect like keeping a Kane out of like Furious Wielder range, for example. Sort of like the logic with the Shaped Stone on the 3-3, except instead of being against control, I'm against mid-range, and so keeping my units alive makes more sense to me, basically as like big important units instead of like strike spells. While the other time I was trying to apply pressure. And I don't like, I think applying 2 damage worth of pressure is not worth the potential value that Momentous Choice can give me. Like, I can save this thing and apply 2 damage, or I can use Momentous Choice later when I've got a weapon, and it's double buffing, and I just blow something out because I had this Momentous. And I don't remember if this or when this Momentous happens, but I think that's what I wanted. I'll play Vayne, I'll play Weapon Master Man. Oh, now I can go into Kane. I think going into Kane is stronger. I can play Vayne later. I want Kane. I want Elusive. I'd rather just take the damage. I wish I had Joraal here, but I want Elusive, so I want to like threaten the Elusive damage. Second Kane. Yeah, I'll play Comeback Cook. I do think it's Rake. So why is it Rake? It's Rake for 2 reasons. One, they can't destroy weapons, so Rake becomes more powerful, comparatively. And also I've got Vayne. So Vayne and Scout, everyone knows Vayne and Scout. You did the tumble on a Scout unit that gives you a rally. This game ends up kind of being really funny. But yeah, getting this is good. I basically got the 2 best things I could have gotten in the last few times I top decked. Yeah, and then I can put the Rake on the Blooming Cultist. It's everyone's favorite play. They don't have any weapon destruction. No. Cool. So you can do Rake on Cultist, keep forcing them to block 10 every turn. Or deal with 10 every turn. They do have Quicksand in their deck, but you know. I do think I do this block. So I don't actually like Inaeda's attack here, because I can just put the Rake on the Blooming Cultist. And unless they've got a way to kill Blooming Cultist, like a Quicksand, or a Furious Wielder, or an Unforgiving Cold. The Unforgiving Cold doesn't work. Or a Desert Jewel. I don't know why you would do this attack, because you're letting me get the weapon. Like, 4 mana 2/2 is the worst thing in my deck that can equip this. The only thing worse is Forsaken Bouquet. Everything in my deck is worse than Combat Cook and equipping this. So obviously you need to trade into Combat Cook eventually, because he does have stats and he's threatening things. But you don't have to trade into Combat Cook. He's got a weapon. Don't let him give the weapon into my hand. A weapon in the hand is worth 1 on the field. Until you put it on the Elusive, then it's worth more on the Elusive. So I really don't like this attack that Inaeda did. I think it's really bad for them. I do think I do this and just like force them to do stuff. I've currently got 10 damage on the field. Okay, they might have Furious Wielder. They could also have Quicksand, but if they got Quicksand, I think I just like riposte. I also like this because I get to Scout attack, so then if they develop stuff, I can decide to Cane on it. If I want to Cane, I don't have to Cane, but I can decide to Cane if I desire. No. No, I'm really sad. I don't even think I play Cane anymore. I think I just attack again. I don't want them to be doing anything. So, why don't I develop Cane? 1, because Cane can't kill anything. Now, that's fine, because Cane gets his level up trigger, but he can't kill anything. If they just wanted to do the Scout attack so that I wasted my attack token, let me explain this in a bit more detail. I can Scout attack, they let it go through. I Scout attack, I do a regular attack, and now I no longer have an attack token, so if they have Quicksand, maybe they just want to wait for me to use up my attack token and then Quicksand and then trade into my stuff. If that's the case, I want to have Riposte up so I can trade into the Varus or whatever, right? I don't want to play Cane. Cane doesn't do much. In addition, if this goes through, I kind of just want to play Vayne and tumble the Blooming Cultist next turn. And so since Kayn isn't accomplishing too much for me, and this is still like a massive bit of pressure, it's cool. Now, this is a sort of play that I've done a fair few times, and every single time I've been punished for it. And the reason I've been punished is that I didn't diversify my win conditions, and eventually they dealt with this, and I put so many eggs into this basket, and they ended up at 2 HP, and then they just win the game. So it felt awkward not developing Kayn and trying to play for alternative win conditions. But I think in this position specifically, against a mid-range deck that has awkward interaction, right? It's Furious Wielder, it's Quicksand, it's Desert Jewel. Like, these aren't single combat, these aren't Concerted Strike, these aren't Challenger, right? So I think against this specific opponent, I was able to not... By opponent, I don't mean Inaeda, I mean Inaeda's deck. I was able to diversify... I wasn't in immediate necessity to diversify my game plans. And if they spent these sort of like high expensive options on this, I can pivot into Kayn plus Kayn spell and control the board that way, because I baited out their removal on my 10-3 elusive. That's my thinking there. Yeah, okay. And now I'm going to play Vayne. Merciless? Okay. I do have Riposte. I think it's worth doing Riposte. If they had Quicksand, I think they might have done it. So I think if they had Quicksand last turn, they would have played it. I just think if they had Quicksand last turn, they would have played it. It's hard to imagine a world where they don't play Quicksand last turn. If I Riposte here, I get like super mega punished by Quicksand. Not much, like I still get to kill the unit, but I'm instead just killing like this little dinky dude. So it's not like the most powerful thing in the world. But I think if they had Quicksand, they would have played it, basically. Okay. I'm going to start with buffing HP. Chain of Corruption. Okay. I think I'm going to do... Do I need to do Riposte? Can I just play Kayn and start doing Kayn stuff? It's interesting. I can go for the like cultist stuff, or I can just play Kayn and do Kayn stuff. I do think I like doing Riposte. So Riposte locks me out of Kayn, but it's just powerful. Like, their points of interaction are so awkward besides that one Quicksand. And I feel great here. Like, they didn't play Furious Wielder last turn when I tapped under Furious Wielder to play Vayne. So I don't think they have Furious Wielder. Desert Jewel isn't great. It's alright. Like, but I get to tumble and they can't Desert Jewel on the tumble. And even if they play these cards, like they've got 3 cards left in hand, and I've still got like 3 powerful cards in Kayn, and Ambitious Cultist. Like, I'm feeling really fine even if they had these pieces of interaction. I'm just forcing them to use it on this 3-mana card when I still get the Scamp Weapon back if they kill it. I'm not saying that the plays I am doing aren't beatable, right? The interaction pieces in their deck do in fact deal with Blooming Cultist. The point is that they do, and the point is that to deal with Blooming Cultist, they still have to use them. And for as long as I don't need to play Kayn, I won't yet. Because I don't need to diversify my win conditions when I can still right now threaten so much with this. I think Riposte just asks them to play more stuff. Like, it has to be Quicksand, right? That's like pretty much it. Do something. So, why don't I play this thing or this thing? If I play this thing and this attack goes through, then I've got like a lethal because I'll be at 9, and then I've got like another ping I can do at some other time. If I do this thing, it's just lethal. If they've got Unforgiving Cold, I want to make it so that I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. Considering I'm attacking next turn as well, right? I want them to Unforgiving Cold me. Like now, both of these plays don't. They're not necessary. I sort of gave you a straw man and then said, haha, your straw man is wrong. They need to do something right now. on this. Like right now on this, they need to. Otherwise, they die. And so I'd rather they do that and then I do like Momentous or this thing. Or I could just pivot into Gain. Okay. Maybe I should have played Buru Cultist, but I wanted to play around like Furious Wielder. If they had Furious Wielder, I think they would have put it on the stack. I don't know if they're playing around like single combat and that's why they wouldn't. But yeah, they had Unforgiving Combat. I don't think you can do that as their deck at this point. I can do it next time. Yeah. I can also push 4 damage. No. So I can push 4 damage. Why don't I decide to? This has got 5 strength and this does 1. So 5, 1 thing. I decide that I'd rather just develop Buru Cultist, get my 1 ping in with my scout attack, and I can still pivot into Gain. There's a very specific type of hand where Momentous bails me out on the next turn. And it's that hand that I want to go for. I'm gonna keep playing Buru Cultist. I play Buru Cultist, and then do my 6 next turn. I still get the 1 here, by the way. Open attack next turn, play Gain, do stuff like that. And that specific thing I'm playing around. I play Kane here to start diversifying my grades. The thing I'm playing around is their Akshan landmark popping and getting them another freeze. And that very specifically is a reason why to do it, why to not like pre-commit stuff and play it this way. I also can just like pivot into Kane like this all time. Especially if they're gonna start counting down something. Alternatively, I can just like Concerted Strike, right? Like. Right, and if they play Furious Wielder, I've got Concerted Strike. Like I'm feeling fine. So many pieces of interaction. Furious Wielder, I beat with Concerted. There's a duel I beat with Concerted. Quicksand, I can pivot into Gain in like a turn. Right, like even if I don't have the lethal right now, I can pivot into Gain. I know I'm saying this a lot, but like I'm not as all in on this win condition as it seems. If they play Furious Wielder, I just Concerted Strike and win. So I think I should open. I think it's stupid, but I think I should be opening. And I'm saying I think it's stupid because every time I've lost with this deck is because I've gone all in on a win condition like this, such as Overwhelm on Vayne or Scout on a Blooming Cultist, and then they've had an answer and then I haven't pivoted my win conditions out. Yeah. And if I got Unforgiving Hold, I'm going to Momentous choice. Okay, well I hit the Momentous now. Well, I got the 3-0. It wasn't deserved, but it happens. I'm gonna go... I am the world's worst winner. Every time I win, I'm like, yeah, well, it wasn't really deserved. Like, Blue God shouldn't have picked into me. Inaeda should have won. I misplayed against Turtwigs. I shouldn't have won. I'm the world's worst winner. So I did beat Inaeda, which I think was on a counter lineup. I did get really lucky in both of my games, and Inaeda got really unlucky. And I think me being 12-1 in Aegis is more a symptom of luck than of skill. I genuinely think that my skill in this game isn't as high as my record happens to be in terms of Aegis. I think I've just been really lucky, and I'm hoping that next week I finally, like, I can lose a lot, hopefully, basically. But the last 1 minute 40, you'll listen to our celebrate, and then I'll try and find something to end the video with. Join my friends to get all the celebrations that are necessary. I hope you enjoy listening.
Let's go!
Nice one.
That was
Easy.
amazing.
Good job, Spidz.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah, I think Vayne Kane, I understand why people like it. It's pretty powerful sometimes. I didn't even have to play Kane.
Those plays were nuts. Like, playing the leader there afterwards and then just being patient and then just winning, like, exact lethal.
Yeah.
Actually nuts.
Someone's banging on a wall. I hope it's construction and not irritation. I don't know if you can hear it.
It might be me. You might be hearing the vibration from New Zealand. No shit.
Yeah, it's
Literally
that you
through
got
the game, I was freaking out.
It's good that you got the 3-0.
yeah. Now I'm 12-1 in Aegis.
Actually insane.
And I'm always saying I really don't want to play. I hope Spidz 3-0s this. I'm like, I don't care if you play or not. I just want to see Spidz 3-0.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be pretty cool. Good for branding.
Yeah, good for branding. Yeah. I'll
like,
put out the tweet
deja.
3-0. Watch and subscribe, please.
Wait,
It's
Blue
like,
God's,
deja
Blue God's
vu.
confused by one of Inaeda's plays.
Oh, I should open
You-
up the Blue God stream. That's fair.
You should heard Blue Guard afterwards. Blue Guard was like, I don't
Tilted.
know how I lost that. I thought I was supposed to farm.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, definitely not.
D-Base says we're against a 5-drop 2-5. Surely win these, but we never played it because it's not necessary.
And that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Interesting sets. I know I have to edit this a little bit, but thank you. Anyone that's new because of the advertisement where I spin my avatar around and that's like the funniest joke in the world and I say what you can lose nothing. I hope you enjoy. If you've got feedback regarding the method by which I do these, I don't mean in a structural sense, and I do mean in a structural sense. I don't mean in a visual sense, because I'm going to change around the visuals a bit. I'm going to see if I can stop doing it on films and TV and start doing it through Premiere. Let me know. I know I should fix audio stuff because I'm still using my microphone and I've barely messed around with microphone settings. I'll look up some tutorials and sort of organize that this week. But yeah, I know there's like a really niche market for this sort of thing, and I hope I can fulfill that market, for I am not but a capitalist looking for niches in the marketplace. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.